We got ourselves Killer first. Oh, Killer. I keep calling you Killer. Like Lizelle of Crash Kalir or something. Is that what's stuck in my mind? Has fallen off this quick blind, trying to see if he can ramp up for a stun. Big stunner, second stunner. This is going to be full lockdown, encasing the man in a block of ice, trying to go for every defensive. The army of the Riders of the Apocalypse charging right in, and Arthur just fueled by rage, fueled by the Rider, just riding this man into an early grave. Going to be a quick manning bandage as he got himself a turtle, switching attention onto the pet, and the Riders are going to be down, but he actually still think has White Mane for a second here. It should chain of ice as long as he can keep Killer next to him, Killer nearby. I'm gonna call it Killer. I'm gonna call it Killer or Killer. I'm gonna switch around. You know what I mean? Quick stun. Does he have a setup? He doesn't have Pillar. Might still be enough. Hold on a second. Scatter to follow the what is it? I think that is White Mane. Attacking. The pet is also keeping him in combat here. Gonna be an explosive shot onto Arthur. He's got himself coordinated assault for Killer. He's got himself a proper go. He's just having to go all out, full on aggression, full on offense. He has to make a play. It is a tough one, man. I think that was the right move though. Like, you could just kite, you could prolong it, but I think at some point you're just like, all right, let me see if I can make a play. All right, they kill him here, or we're out. You know what I mean? I like this kind of plays. Quick, and reflect up for Cobras to make sure he doesn't get that grippy. And Fallen still able to get a proper grip into a blind on the pet, as well as the Warlock should be able to get a double stun. He's trying to see if he can forward, still gets a stun. That's going to be an opportunity for Arthur to get himself ramped up, got himself full burst in the ready Mortal Coil to follow him. As long as he can get himself a proc or two of Riders, he'll be okay. Quick cast of Chaos Bolt does still get interrupted on fire, but not on Chaos, so that gives him quite a bit of opportunity to pop defensives. Yet another bolt, unless you can stop it. AMZ down, Dome is down, eating a bolt, eating a ruination, trying to see if you can fear him out. There's gonna be fire damage, chaos damage from every angle, and also just eating it for breakfast. Quick gripping to follow, trying to go for a kick, does not quite connect. Maybe looking at a death pack here, potentially Fury to follow. He really needs one of those Riders of the Apocalypse to pop an AMS for the guy. I think that would help a ton. Got himself a proper stun, that is gonna give him more pets available. Reflect up so you can even grip the guy, actually kind of under a lot of pressure. As soon as Reflect comes off, does finally get the grippy hand grip into more defenses by Cobras, trying to see if he can balance out of them. And Arthur is going to kind of pull back towards the pillar to get himself potentially a bit of a resetting. Cooldown should be back up. Should be able to get a full set of Riders here. If he can AMS it, lock down Cobras, get himself a full set of Riders, I think he should be in a very, very good spot right now. He's holding back, going for those death strikes, man. Look at those death strikes. Ever since the slowdown, like, the pace of the game is kind of all over the place. Some classes are blowing each other up. Some classes are a little bit more slow and steady. But I feel like they definitely slowed down the generalized pacing, except for that Chaos Bolt Ruination combo. That's not slow by any measure. That is a burst right there. But look at his recovery. Behind the pillar for a couple of death strikes, and he's able to maintain himself right now. Dampening also not being, or not ramping up nearly as quickly, probably helps it out a bit. What is that Rider doing? That Rider went attacking your little imp over there. What is that? What the hell is he doing? Full burst out for Arthas, trying to see if he can get a setup. Fear to follow him. Got himself a Lichborn. That's going to be extra defense. Cobra's actually under a ton of pressure. The man was actually perfectly fine, having to go for a big heal right now. Arthas yoinking him out in the open as Morgraine closes the gap. And it's kind of funny how Morgraine is a little... It actually made Morgraine and Riders a little bigger. They were too small before. But now they're kind of like small enough so you can tell like who's the DK, who's the Rider. So you can tell them apart, but... They're not looking tiny. They used to be like a little toy, like a little baby. Little baby Wargrade. It is going to be a nice setup by Cobras. He's got himself the Chaos Mother. Next Incinerate going to be a bolt. I forget what it's called now. I think it's like a Fell Bolt or something. Or... I'll see in a second. Quick stun, full Riders, full burst potential. Does not have the pillar to combo with it, which is unfortunate, but he's got himself a proper lockdown onto Cobras. Trying to see if he closes the gap with potentially a proper stun. Hoping to get himself a kick. Does not get to get a proper kick there. But the Riders are surrounding him. Looks like Riders actually are distracted by the Infernal. Is able to go for a grip. Chaos Bolt off of the Ruination. I think it's over. Got himself a death back last second. The man is still alive. He's still kicking. He has on his last leg. But he's trying to make whatever play he can. Looking for those death strikes. And Cobras does wipe him out. But man, was the man picking up quite a bit of damage inside of a death back window. Party when part 24? It's got to be part 24, right? I keep calling you party. But I think it's part 24. So I should just call him 24. Honestly. Is it a Warlock, 24th Warlock? Is that what it is? There's gotta be history behind that name, man. I don't hate it. I keep calling you Party though. I keep trying to call you Party though. But it's like, well, it's not not actually his name. Yo, with a bandana? Oh, that looks so good. Look at that set. Sorry, I know they're dueling, but like, dude, I gotta peep the Mog real quick. I gotta peep the fit. Shavara set is so good looking. Oh my god, those are... You guys were cooking. Stun off of that shot. If you were to follow Chaos Bolt again, he's just throwing them both back to back quick board. He's got himself a big ruination. That's a wall available though. And that's going to be part 24. Trying to see if he can back up out of the full defenses are active. Got himself a Dark Layer. I think the dots are on Cobras, so he should be taking constant damage from... Yeah, he is. Yes, constant damage. If part 24 can get himself a proper setup off of that, he might be all right. Wall, and that's going to be just chucking out Chaos Bolts with a ton of control. Trying to go for a Fear. That's going to be Fear back. But part, that's going to be Wall for Cobra. But part does not have a lot of health. Got himself a big kill available so far to follow. And I guess the question is, does the man have himself a Warlock pet, the Fell Hunter kick that sacrifice, or does he go for like a Void Walker sacrifice? Because that gives you like a big rallying cry type of health setup. And that could be pretty good all on its own. But part 24 is just kind of running amok right now. I think the man out of defenses, out of options, is just trying to just do whatever he can. He's just running in a direction, rather be moving than not moving at all. And Vrata is going to be up next. Oh, definitely a brand new arcade mage that we've never seen. Though if you watch him play, you'll be like, the way this man moves and the way he fights and the way he does stuff is kind of familiar. I feel like he's almost like a regular on Dow's channel or anything like that. Vrata backing up out of there. Quick missiles around the corner. Oh, I didn't even look at that barrage, but he was cooking up a big one. And that thing came in a single big execute, taking down the Warlock. That is so much pressure, so much setup. And he could do it in just a quick succession. Quick stun onto Vrata. Grenades are available for Liana. Liana is playing pack leader by the looks of it. Got him so coordinated, so quick breath to get him off of his back is going to be a tricky to follow. So he'll try to go for a proper poly, and Vrata take quite a bit of damage. Maybe looking at a potentially ice block, trying to see if he can maybe use shields and trying to reposition versus Liana. Still trying to go for a poly, but realizes his health is not really looking that good. Hoping to maybe get himself a proper setup off of this one. Got himself Ring of Fire. At least the pet got hit by the fire, and now Vrata super low in health, but still got himself plenty of damage back to Liana. With the missiles to follow, unless you got a defensive, you might be under a lot of pressure. Trying to go for maybe a bit of heal. You may need someone right now. Got himself defensive, maybe Exil. There goes the healing over time. He basically got himself second win for Mr. Pandari kicking in. He's got a heal over time that basically will keep on ticking as long as he's just low on health until he recovers, I think, above 45% or something. It is wild how strong that thing is, but it's so good. You got to play risky, but it's a constant heal. And Vrata trying to see if he can deal with the pet, trying to see if he can maybe set up a proper stun off of the pet. He knows he's going to get bound there. Knock back onto the Hunter, maybe potentially go. Big touch of the matchup while he's behind the pillar. He needs to get himself a setup, but the explosive shot does catch him super low. Liana is not out of the woods just yet. He may need to go for a turtle here. He got himself a defensive wall, and that's going to activate that healing over time. He might just be able to stay in there. Hold on. He's trying to see if he closes the gap. Missiles to follow. He's still got turtle in case he ever needs it. And right now, while he's low health, if Vrata does any damage, that is still a healing over time that he's got. Look at that. Feign death real quickly. Ring of Fire. Trying to see if he can zone the guy out into altar next to the Hunter. Trying not to get kicked. Super low. Hold on. I think he has him. Oh, and the Hunter does hunt him down. Well done. That is so good. Hunters, man, are in a great spot right now. And Liana playing that aggressive, super survivable Hunter. I don't see a lot of survivals playing pack leader in most cases, but I think it has so much potential when you're low on health. It does mean that you're gonna have to play risky, but if you're just sitting there low on health, that constant healing over time, second with the Mr. Pandaria, baby. That's literally what it is. It's so good. And if you've never played in MOP, and if you've never seen what a second win for Warriors did back then, you don't even know half of it, man. You missed out on the Goliaths of Warriors. Bali onto Liana. Trinket available. Trying to get super aggressive here. All the time available for Urim, but you are silencing down. So potentially maybe that's going to be quite a lot of pressure, at least putting pressure on the guy's psyche, if anything. Got himself a vacation, will be able to ramp up a lot of his bursts. He just needs to get himself a proper setup. Images are available. Urium, I think, should be cycling defensives. Maybe look at our block right here. That is a lot of pressure he's taking to have to deal with. Ooh, and looks like that grenade just kicked up a notch a bit at the end there. I think he maybe was able to ramp it up with a couple of kill commands here and there, and then ramp up the damage. Big critty. And he is actually able to take it. Darkron is up next. Full alley blasting from around the corner. He's got himself the answers to join in, so it's going to be even more alley blast from behind the pillar. Unless they fixed it? I didn't see the alley blast that time around. Big flank strike to follow it. Darkron trying to see if he can get himself out of dodge. But that's an explosive shot. Saved the guy. Just got a rage blow. This is going to be more nades getting thrown in. Liana is super low on health because they activate healing over time. They may have to activate healing over time here. Turtle Shell does give him that hot, trying to stay aggressive, dropping down the turtle. That's dropping down the defenses. He's got himself the hot activated. That might be enough to keep himself alive. He just needs to be very careful with the feign death, trying to see if he can keep the pressure going into a feign death for just a second. Kron got himself a wall too, and Liana kind of stuck over there on the other side of the pillar. And Kron trying to get himself a bit of recovery too. Shield is available. Liana, as long as their health is kind of lowish, they will have a healing over time constantly rolling. So you kind of want to get in. Kind of want to get Darkron to attack you a little just to get your health low enough so you can just get that constant recovery, constant healing that just keeps increasing in value. As it's going to be a steady binding shot does stun him like lasso off that flanking. That's going to be Darkron super low into a flanking strike. Might just have him here. I think the 100 does close in, and I think they do take it. Oh my god. I want to see you healing. Hold on a second. I want to see you healing. Where's he healing? Not as much as Fallen Arthur's, but look at that healing. It's pretty good. Definitely not as much as some of these other guys here. Your healing was more than your damage, Arthur. Oh, it's wild. Oh, man. Yeah, survival hunters, man. Not to be messed with. Not to be outdone. And he played really well there. Let's get another one go, boys. That was awesome.